What's good, YouTube? The Truth here, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video. We gonna be back with content around once a week or something like that, whenever I get time. But for today, I want to talk about a topic that likes to get thrown around a lot, and that's calling someone the boogeyman of the division, or they're being avoided. And for now, I want to just cover Matthias, whatever you want to say his name. But he is given the name at 140 that he is the most avoided fighter. Now, me personally, I've watched tape on him. I'm not the most high on Matthias. I do see the power. I do see the knockouts. I see the high knockout percentage. He's a scary dude. Like, he's killed a man in the ring before, if y'all didn't know. Like, he hits hard, and he is an evil guy. He seems to take pleasure when he starts getting you in the later rounds. Like, when I seen all his fights, man, he gets active. It takes time. He starts accumulating punches, but then you can't take that power throughout the 12 rounds. Like, everyone eventually, they just, except one guy, his one loss, ended up just crashing and burning, and he just brutally stops them, and then they just just fold, and he takes pleasure in it, you know. He starts smiling and shit. But that goes past the point. The topic is he gets avoided and no one wants to fight him. Well, I wouldn't say avoided. Right now, I would put it as people are busy. People are busy. Champions are busy. And whether we like it or not, promotional sides having beef with each other is a part of boxing. And we have to accept it. I know some people are promotional company fans. I'm not one of those. But you got to understand that these sides don't like doing business with each other. And right now, Matthias is with PBC. And he has one belt. The other belt is with Top Rank. And you know those guys are like mortal enemies. So making fights with the champions like T.O., it's just not. It's you know. It might happen if it's for undisputed, but like off rip, they're not gonna do that. They want to give T.O. someone in house. Same with Matchroom. They got Regis. Now Regis, that's a funny one, because Regis was a free agent not too long ago, so he could have picked either side who had the belt. But you know what he did? He chose to go with Matchroom, and that might be the stupidest decision I've ever heard. He's trying to fight Broner. So if you want to call Regis a duck, fine. Okay, but do I think he's being avoided? I don't think he's being avoided. I just think it doesn't make sense to fight him for some of these guys. Like Haney versus Regis, him moving up, that's a way better fight. Haney versus T.O., that's a more lucrative fight. Just his name just doesn't pop up when it comes to making sense, making money, making sense, and going with other promoters. Now you can say him versus Rolly has the other belt and he's in the same promotional company as him, but let's be honest, okay? That belt is here for a good time, not a long time. It's gonna leave probably Rolly's next fight, and I'm hearing he might even vacate it just so he could fight Ryan. So people are less interested in catching the belts. People are more interested in making entertaining fights, which when you go that route, I believe you're not really going for legacy. It's the reason I respect Haney a lot, is he's going for legacy. So he's trying to go after the belts. So as of right now, no one's really interested in that. People just want to make their bag. So I can't say that Matthias is being avoided. Now, when it comes to his skill, and from what I says from watching a couple of his fights, he's a very beatable guy. I've seen him hurt multiple times. He has a loss. And here's the thing about power punches, man. Like, if they don't have that boxing skill, which is why Gervonta is on such a high level, because he can actually box. He's not just a power puncher. When they don't have that great boxing skills, which I don't think Matthias really has, power punches get beat, man. Power punches get beat. Look at Lara. Look at Maidana. Like, these guys, yes, they hit hard, and yes, they're tough, but A boxer can't survive 12 rounds. It's not impossible. Okay? If you can't get your offense off, then and the guy can maneuver and he has higher level IQ, he can beat you. And shown that he could get beat. Yeah, he beat the guy who beat him already, but still, it's showing that there's a blueprint to beating him. And guys like Haney, I think Haney would have the toughest problem with him because I don't think his shots are going to affect him that much. And I think Matthias could probably just walk through him and maybe, give him some tough rounds in the later rounds. But when it comes to guys who have good counterpunching abilities, elite counterpunching abilities like Teofimo Lopez, I believe they're going to knock Matthias out clean. It's going to be a bad one. It's going to look very, very bad. Regis, that's a 50-50. Okay, he didn't look too good his last fight, so depends if he gets caught. But Regis also has power, and he also likes to counterpunch. So that could be a recipe of disaster for Matthias. So, though he's a good fighter. I wouldn't call him great. He's a good fighter. I don't think he's this unbeatable boogeyman, and people need to stop throwing that name around. Okay. Only one you can say that to. You can't even say that to Benavidez. You can't. Morrell wants to fight him. It's just it needs to stop being brought up if we're being honest. But that's it for today's video. I just want to talk about that. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.